If you've been thinking about selling your home, let's talk about the things that can really make a difference during the inspection. I know, it's not the most fun part about selling your home, but trust me, a smooth inspection can save you so much stress and money. So I've put together a checklist to help you stay ahead of the game. And if you're getting any value from this, or you just like hanging out with me, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate all of you, and it really helps to get these videos to more people. Now, let's get to it. So we're gonna start with the little things. These are the things that are so easy to overlook, but somehow they always pop up on inspection reports. Burned out light bulbs will show up on inspection reports. Inspectors will mark these as inoperable fixtures. And that simple wording will make buyers think that there's a bigger electrical issue when that's simply not the case. So if you have any light bulbs that you can just simply replace, I recommend doing that before listing your home. And while you're at it, check all the light switches and outlets. If anything feels loose or isn't working, swap it out or bring in an electrician to fix it for you. If your cover plates are cracked or missing, that's a quick run to Home Depot. And all you need is a screwdriver to fix it. So that's an easy fix. Don't overlook the little things. Now let's talk about windows and doors. These things seem fine when you're living in the house, but buyers and inspectors are going to open everything. If you've got windows that stick or locks that don't work, you can go ahead and take care of that now. Same goes for doors. If you have wobbly handles, or if the door is misaligned, or even if they make that annoying creak noise, tighten them up or put some WD-40 on those hinges. I have an example inspection report here that was taken a couple of years ago, and I am going to put it on the screen so that you can see these examples as we go throughout. For example, for the doors on page 18, hinge stops should be installed on the laundry entry and pantry doors to keep them from hitting each other. Any areas that don't seal properly when the door is shut. As you can see in this picture here, you can see light coming in. On this example, for the back door, the weather stripping was damaged. So that did show up on the inspection report for this particular house. Another huge item I see a lot is with the garage entry door. If it's not a door where the hinge shuts the door by itself, that can be a fire hazard. So your house should have that installed to prevent any type of possible fires that may originate in the garage. That door should shut automatically. And many homes don't have that. On the subject of windows, let's go back to our example. Many of the windows throughout the home had failed moisture seals. The inspector is going to check those things. One of the windows were cracked. That one's obvious. Of course, that's going to show up on the inspection report. Here on page 16, item 12, both windows for the Eden kitchen had failed moisture seals. Also, missing screens on the windows will show up on your inspection report. Now, your HVAC unit is a big one. It needs to be in working order, period. Don't wait until the inspection to find out the AC is not cooling or the furnace isn't heating properly. Bring in an HVAC pro ahead of time to check those systems and to make sure everything is in working order. Maybe to top it off with Freon. Make sure you keep your receipts for any service that you pay for those units. If something is wrong, you don't have to replace it with the latest and greatest. Most of the time, buyers just want to know it works, and most won't ask for a top tier unit. If repairs are needed, try to handle it early. It'll save you from last minute negotiations. Next, we're going to talk about plumbing. You should know your home and the plumbing system, but take a look around. Pay attention to your sinks, your tubs, and toilets. If you hear any drips, don't ignore it. Inspectors always catch leaking faucets or running toilets, and it's not uncommon for buyers to ask for these things to be repaired. Also, as the owner of your home, you'll know if you have slow draining. Buyers and inspectors will check to see if the pipes are draining properly. And for a little extra credit, check under every sink to see if you see any water stains or potential leaks. Tighten any connections if needed. And if you're not a handy person, you could always hire a plumber to come and take a look. So if we're going to look back at our inspection report, this inspector even marked in the bathroom that the drain sealer, the closer, was missing. Again, that's a very small issue, but it's gonna show up. The toilet was not all the way secure on the floor. That showed up. Next, your appliances. Let's go back to our inspection report. And here you can see the microwave is on the inspection report. This particular microwave had a handle that was damaged. The oven and the range anti-tip bracket is missing from the range installation. The inspector is going to come in and turn on every single appliance, test the temperatures, make sure they're in good working order. Even the garbage disposal in this particular inspection report. Garbage disposal was leaking down into the cabinet space and the wires were exposed. So just because it's tucked under the sink doesn't mean that your buyer won't find out. So if you have anything that's half working or wires exposed or something that you know needs to be fixed, before you list your house, you should make sure to take care of those things because it's going to come back up either way. Smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. I can't stress this one enough. Check your smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. Make sure they're in working order and in every bedroom. Also hallways and near the kitchen. If there's no visible date on them, make sure you replace them. These detectors are an easy thing to miss, but one of the first thing inspectors check. When we purchased our first home, there were several smoke detectors missing in the house. And as a buyer in our offer, we did ask the sellers to replace those smoke detectors, which they did. Speaking of fire alarms, we're gonna go take a look at this inspection report that I have here. As you can see, smoke detectors were missing from the garage and bonus room. So if you're missing smoke detectors, it's most definitely gonna show up on your inspection report. And at that point, the buyer can request that you replace those fire detectors. To avoid it even coming up in the offer, just go ahead and make sure your smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors are in working order ahead of time. Next, your roof will always get attention. For roof condition, you can see they noted that one loose shingle was on the roof. If there are any loose shingles, have someone come out and patch them up. Clean out those gutters too. Buyers might not climb up there, but the inspector will, or they will use their drone to capture images of the top of your house. Clogged gutters can lead to water damage concerns. And if you know your roof is getting up there in age, consider having a roofer come out and take a look before the inspection, because it's better to know ahead of time if anything needs to be fixed than to be blindsided. Your water heater. Make sure your water heater is secured properly. Your inspector's gonna check for leaks and rust. So if yours is looking a little rough, you can consider having it flushed out, or you can just have it serviced. Finally, curb appeal. Take a walk around the exterior of your home. Look for any loose fence boards, overgrown tree branches, shrubs leaning against the house, and trim it all back if possible. Not only does this help with curb appeal, but inspectors might call out anything that could lead to pest concerns. And if you have a pool, have someone come out and take a look at the equipment. Leaky pumps or non-working heaters will show up on the report, so just get ahead of it. So before your inspection, do one last walkthrough as if you're the buyer. Open and close every door, window, and cabinet. Run all of the faucets. Test every light. Pretend as though it's not your house. What would stand out to you if you were buying? And remember, the goal here isn't perfection. It's to eliminate easy to fix issues that could potentially make buyers hesitant or give them room to negotiate for more than necessary. If you need more tips on prepping your home, or you want to know the best places to spend your money before listing, check out some of my other videos. As always, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any updates. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week.